What is democracy? Firstly, the root demo comes from the Greek word that means people in Greek. The suffix "krisi" comes from the Greek word kratia, which means power or rule. This forms the word demokratia, which means rule by the people. Knowing this, that means democracy is a form of government that is ruled by the people. How did Athenian democracy work? Citizenship. Only few men were able to become Greek citizens. Even if you were born in Greece but enslaved, even if you're a citizen, women and enslaved people were completely discarded from anything political. Voting. Only citizens were allowed to vote, which meant that only free men who were born there could vote. Citizens usually voted on issues instead of voting people to represent them. For example, they voted for public spending or war spending. They voted by using ballots made of clay, writing in the pottery shards, or by raising their hands in assembly. Assembly. The assembly, or in ancient Greece, Ecclesia, was the main democratic body in Greece. At the assembly, they voted on laws, made decisions about war, heard from citizens who wanted to speak, and etc. They usually met on a hill called the Pinks about 40 times a year. Fun fact, the Pinks were the Athenians' first created democracy. Law. The laws were created by several different bodies. First off, the Council of 504, which was 500 citizens chosen by lottery. This lottery was called a selection. They also prepared laws for the assembly to vote on. 50 men from 10 tribes served. Now for the courts, which is the Skatissa, jurors were also selected by lottery. Both of them had lottery to prevent people from going to government. The court just like today handles legal courses, but they use tons of joy to enter the village. How does US democracy work today? Branches. The US democracy consists of 3 branches to make sure no one has too much power. These 3 branches are legislative, executive, and judicial. The legislative branch creates the laws, the executive branch carries out the laws, and the judicial branch interprets the law. Voting. The United States uses a representative democracy, which is a mix of a democracy and a republic. They use this because they can't use a direct democracy because they have too much people. The US uses something called the Electoral College. Anyone can vote no matter your race or gender. You just have to be a citizen and be over the age of 18. On the federal level, senators are elected every 6 years, the House of Representatives is elected every 2 years, and the president is elected every 4 years. To win the presidency, there was a popular vote, and an electoral college, and an electoral vote. You must win at least 270 electoral votes to win. Rights. The United States has a Bill of Rights, which are the first 10 amendments. These amendments protect citizens' rights from freedom of speech to the right to a speedy trial. The Civil War amendments, which are the 13th, 14th, and 15th, protect voting rights for people of different races, or protect them from getting discriminated. Representation. In the United States, multiple people represent the people. First off, they have the House of Representatives. It will total 425 members, and each state gets a number of representatives based on the population. Citizens vote for a House member to represent the interests of the people in their district. Another example of representation is senators. As senators carries the interests of the whole state, and there is a total of 100 members, 2 per state. Finally, the president represents the nation's interests as a whole. 3 similarities and 3 differences between the 2 systems. Similarities. Both systems believe that citizens have a say in government. Both systems have rule of law, which means that the law applies to everyone. Power was shared to prevent one from having too much power. The United States has 3 branches and Greece has both. Differences. Athens had a direct democracy, while the United States has a representative democracy. In Greece, they use lottery to pick officials. The US makes citizens vote for officials. Only free Athenian men could vote in Greece, compared to the United States, where any citizen, regardless of race or gender, can vote, but she must be 18. Why is democracy one of Greece's most important legacies? It introduced the idea that the government would be run by the people. Before this, many empires were ruled by tyrannies or small groups of people. The Athenians decided they wanted their citizens to be able to participate in government, to make decisions. It's also a very important legacy because it influenced later nations like the United States.